What's up, everybody? Aigey here, and today, I know that a lot of you have been playing Overwatch recently, and you've been wondering what's been going on with the season. And for those of you that play competitive, and those of you that just play the game in general, a lot of you have just been not really seeming to have as much fun as usually, which I can totally understand, being that a lot of the changes to the Season 6 Overwatch meta have really made the game just, it just doesn't seem like it was before, when everybody just really tried. The one tricks just came in and started making the game very difficult to play. You had a lot of people that wanted to play things that really didn't help the team, and then they'd blame you for doing something wrong, and then people just get angry at each other all the time, and it just seems like the entire season has just been so angry and so upset for so long, and it's very upsetting to see the game progress in the way that it is, because I don't feel like it's gaining any sort of traction. And they keep talking about Overwatch League being a big thing and this, that, and the other, and you have some players that are making like $150,000 a year playing this game, but the Twitch numbers are just it's a joke. It's laughable. When you think about seeing a game that's really popular and so good and well made, you think of games that get a lot of views. And I know some of you may disagree with me when I say, hey, League of Legends is still doing great after being out for so many years. And yeah, sure, Overwatch has only been out for a little over than a year, and there's just so many different problems with the game that just aren't being addressed. And the way that it was handled, it feels like Jeff Kaplan is blaming us for the progression of the game being slowed down because of toxicity. But having said that, I think there is a very easy and simplistic way to just fix all of the toxicity issues that we've been having within the community. I think that there's just end all, say all, just let's do this, see what happens, and go with it for Season 7 and see how it goes. Which, that's another thing. I think that the seasons are just going way too fast for people to really care about their rank, because you only have to try for so little, and then you get a reward for it. So you barely even have to play the game. Whereas like things like League of Legends, you are playing a season for several months at a time out of the year, as opposed to just like 2 months. And we've already experienced so many seasons. We're just now getting into Season 7 of League of Legends, and we are just now getting closer to Season 7 for Overwatch. And you have a game that's been out for 9 years versus a game that's been out for not even 2. It's really strange. There's a lot of strange things happening. But let me get to what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about my idea, and I want to know in a comment below what you guys think, because I think this idea would work out for Overwatch and definitely change all of the toxicity that we've been experiencing, all of the problems that we've been having as a community in this idea. Now, hear me out. I want there to be a system where people can select a role and play it in Overwatch and do just that. I want somebody to be able to select 2 DPS roles, 2 tank roles, or tank and flex role, or DPS flex role, or we have 2 supports usually. And I feel like maybe, just maybe, if you had people playing specific roles and queuing into things, that could fix the problem with too many one-tricks ending up on the same team. That could fix the problem with not enough supports and all DPS players, or all supports and no DPS players, or nobody wants to play tank and everybody wants to DPS. Just all of these spaghetti queue situations that we constantly get whenever we play the game. And of course that's going to make for longer queue times, but it would probably give people an incentive to want to try more, since that everybody is getting them to play the role that they want to play. And sure, you'll have a lot more one-tricks that lock in specific things, but it would be a lot healthier, I feel, for the community, because people would be able to play what they want to, and they're not forced into something that they don't feel comfortable on. And then while they're getting forced into something they're not comfortable on, then they get yelled at the whole time when they're playing the game, and they just feel even more uncomfortable. And they feel that the only way to really retaliate is that when they see someone else failing on their role and they're doing well on theirs, then they just let loose and tell them how shitty they are. And it's just this negative feedback cycle that continues to happen within the game because of how people are forced to play the game that they don't want to play. And it just gets worse and worse each season, where people just don't want to play the game. People want to throw games. You had 20% of the community were people that were actively saying, yes, I intentionally wanted to throw games because it's more fun than actually trying and competitive. And it's just really sad to see such a cool idea for a game ruin itself because people don't really care anymore. No one seems to really just care anymore like they did. I think Season 3 was probably the best season for Overwatch, and everything past that just kind of went downhill. Sure, a lot of the World of Tanks was really annoying, and the Beyblade system from Season 2 was really annoying, and some of the things were just really annoying early on, but Season 3 just seemed like everybody wanted to work, and everybody wanted to try to win the game. You had these compositions out of the hero pool that there is right now, and it seemed like people were playing different things. People not really play Mercy as much as she's played now, but they'd still play her. You'd see a lot of Ana, you'd see a lot of Lucio and Xin. Lucio and Xin being probably two of the most played supports in the game by far. But you just don't really see the game the way that it used to be. You see a lot of trolls, you see a lot of feeders, you see a lot of people that are throwing. You see people that get really frustrated with the team composition. You see people that immediately feel that a Bastion picks a throw. You see people that play only Symmetra 100% of the time and are just blasting through GM, while you have a DPS players also blasting through GM. But you know, you have people that want to play Ana that don't necessarily get the most assists, don't get the most kills, don't really get too many medals when they're playing on their team, but they still get thrown under the bus for not doing well. When they win, they get very little. When they lose a lot. And it's just this constant feedback cycle of, am I going to be able to climb or not playing the game? And watching these other people climb so dramatically because of abusing mechanics or abusing statistics from the rest of the community makes it very difficult to want to try in this current system. Or sometimes trying may consist of abusing a certain statistic and knowing it, being able to play a specific role, being able to get silver healing on Roadhog, most damage, most elims, most objective time, whatever, and just have all golds and just fly through the ranking system. And then when they lose almost nothing because, hey, look, all golds, you know? It must not be my fault, it's my team's fault constantly. I really think that being able to call a role would definitely help with people feeling more comfortable with playing the game. And as always, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I know, just another talk video about how I feel the direction of Overwatch is going and my personal thoughts on it. And I definitely want to hear from you guys. So if you leave me those comments below, I'll be reading over them and responding to them. All right, guys, I guess I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.